A big problem with our culture, my culture, is these boys be having battery packs in their back. It don't matter if it's for your hood, if it's your sister, cousin, they come tell you some shit that's totally not true, or they done started some shit and got into some shit, and then they come back and tell their cousins. Now their cousins have irrational aggression. Instead of finding out the facts, the details, whatever the case may be, they ready to go smash somebody. They ready to go lurking without knowing all the facts. In my opinion, that's soft as fuck. Like, to just go have a battery pack in your back, and because somebody said, "Oh, this happened," so we supposed to just literally go do whatever we got to do. It's one thing if it's justified, but like for the most part, it don't even be justified. People just be salty. I'm gonna go get my brother. I'm gonna go get my cousin, and then they go get their brother or their cousin. He come back, murk somebody. Now he in jail forever, and she gonna go back fuck with the dude she just told you about. That's what they gonna do, and that's a toxic culture we live in, where you ready to go beat up somebody and your folks was wrong. But you ain't gonna tell your folks you wrong. You have misplaced anger and aggression. So you're gonna go take out all your life's fuck ups on this other situation that it's not even accurate. So you ready to go ride on people, you ready to go do this and that and that and that, but you don't even have all the facts. That's soft. Acting on impulse is weak. Not thinking out your next move and having a reflexive attitude is weak. Real men have reflective attitudes. When things happen in your world, you reflect on it before you make a decision. You don't react to it, you respond to it. You don't just fly off the rocker because such and such. I remember one time, this dude like put his hands on my sister. Me and my cousin went over there, and my cousin put hands on the dude, and my sister was right back messing with the dude. Like the next week, I learned a lesson at like 14. Like, bro, I'm not putting my life or myself in danger because this female probably started some shit with a dude and got petty. Now she want to go talk down on a dude and poke the bear and poke the bear and poke the bear. Then he reacts like a woman and gets emotional and has an emotional outburst. Now you want to go tell everybody, your cousins and your brothers and stuff. Such and such called me a bitch. Such and such put their hands on me. Blah, blah, blah. You so selfish, you putting your cousins, your brother at risk because you doing stupid shit. Now you want them to go handle your problems. And these soft-ass niggas got the battery in their back. They might as well have strings connected. They're like getting ran by their puppet master. Young boys, all colors, not just black, white, Hispanic, whatever. We've been duped and tricked and lied to. We've been compromised as men. We've been taught to submit to women our whole life, especially if your mom was dominant. If you had a dominant mom like my mom, you don't do what I do, you do what I say do. And all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a woman telling you, you can't cry. Come on. Like, no matter what you go through, your fucking arm is broken. Oh, don't cry. I'm not raising no little girl. Is you my daughter? Like, it's all that mental, emotional manipulation that your family does. So we've been taught how to submit to women and to submit to fuck shit our whole life. And until you grow a pair and look inward, you ain't gonna be able to tell yourself, I got a lot of bitch ass nigga tendencies. And it's okay, I did it. I looked myself in the mirror and said, hey bro, hey listen young lad. You have a lot of feminine qualities. It's unbalanced. You have to balance your feminine and your masculine. It's okay to indulge in feminine energy like creativity, intuition. The majority of the shit you do that's not macho is like feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? But we weren't taught how to balance it. There was no middle ground, no balance. It was either all the way up on the masculine or all the way up on the feminine. And a lot of these tough ass gangbanging niggas, they're out of touch. They're out of balance. They have no compassion. They have no empathy or sympathy. They don't give a fuck how many mothers they destroy, how many grandmothers, how many fathers and moms they take off the street. And they don't care. And it's soft. Yeah, it's soft. You gotta go gang up with a group of niggas though. It's all of y'all, and you want to terrorize your own neighborhoods though. Over a color that don't belong to you. Over a street that don't belong to you. That makes you soft as fuck. I'm sorry. And I respect the real ones, but the real ones is telling the youngsters, you don't need to do this. The real ones is telling the youngsters, find a different path. This ain't for you. The real ones, the real OG, real hood OG niggas are not promoting the youngsters out there putting in work. The real OGs are telling these youngsters, hey, youngster, this ain't the way to go. You don't want to do 20 years in prison. You don't want to get shot. You don't want to get stabbed. You don't want to see a bunch of your homies get killed. You don't want to go to 10, 15 funerals every year. You don't want to be at a funeral and the funeral gets shot up. You don't want to be with people and you got to look over your shoulder because they into some fuck shit and you guilty by association. You don't want to do that. So what you have to do is you have to learn how to be mature. I'm not a finished product. I'm still learning how to be mature. But you know what I'm not doing? I ain't kicking it on nobody's block. I ain't smoking weed on nobody's porch. I ain't kicking it on nobody's porch outside of nobody's front yard loitering. I ain't doing none of that shit. I'm not doing none of it. I don't want no part of it. I don't even sag my pants. I don't even wear clothes. I don't even give off the energy like a tough guy. For what? Who I gotta be tough to? I don't got nothing to prove to no other human. And at some point in life, we got to grow up and you got to look yourself in the mirror. For all the dudes out there, you got to look yourself in the mirror and you got to say, I have a lot of bitch-ass nigga tendencies. My dad didn't teach me how to do this or that or that. Bro wasn't around. Moms had misplaced masculinity. She was over masculine. So now you have a woman being masculine. You've been set up for toxicity your whole life. And until you're able to recognize that, because the women in my family ran everything. And you have to understand, like, that's okay. But you have to be able to tell yourself, I didn't grow up with the discipline structure, power structure of a man. I grew up with a bunch of women. And I believe they did as best as they could do as women. It's nothing against them. It's more about, you know, we spend so much time chasing tail. We spend so much time chasing our pride, chasing our ego, the lower vibrating things, the fleshly things, our carnal desires, that we don't learn how to heal ourselves. Because when you really heal from that deep-rooted trauma, and there's a bunch of them, you got to do one at a time. When you really heal from a deep-rooted traumatic situation, it's like you gain a superpower. You gain a new attribute. Every time you overcome one of those traumatic experiences, it's like the boss at the end of the level. It's like the boss. So you got to beat that boss and move on to the next level and keep winning. Stay tuned.